Ready?
Let's go.
Adjust your earbuds
And crank up the volume.
because you're listening to the Sage Sportscast.
Your home for Sage Creek sports updates, announcements, and everything in between.
I'm Jason Chase.
I'm Cooper Hancock. We're your hosts. Today we are joined with two cross-country runners here at Sage, Stormy Wallace and Malia Leupold, and we're going to ask them a few questions about their reactions to the new CIF announcement pushing back the winter sports season once again. So starting it off, Stormy, how is cross-country right now been different from years past, like the practices during the pandemic and everything that's going on right now for you?
Yeah, cross country has been a little bit different this year. We only meet on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for like an hour and 15 minutes. For the most part, it's been normal, like for running purposes, but we still have to wear like masks and social distance when we aren't running, but we're making the most of it.
Okay, great. So, you go ahead, Jason.
So, Malia, what was your initial reaction or opinion to the CIF update?
Well, obviously, I was pretty disappointed. Cross country isn't like other sports where it takes like a long time building up to state meets. Cross country state meet, it's just one meet. It's over in a day. So it's kind of disappointing, but it makes sense considering where we fall right now with COVID. And,
So what do you think your team's plan is right now to, are you guys, is your coach telling you that we're going to continue to practice just until that time when you're finally allowed to actually go to actually compete? Or is it just a break until you guys learn about any new news?
So we're still practicing, like Stormy said. We're hoping that there still will be meets, just not that state meet. And the meets that we would be running in, like Woodbridge, would be a lot more important than previous years, just because we don't have that state meet.
Mm-hmm.
So, Stormy, how have your coaches been supporting you in this difficult time with the pandemic and everything?
Yeah, they've been super supportive with, holding practices and everything. And my mom, she's not really like an official coach, but she's kind of been sort of my coach during this time. And during the fall, I was able to seek out other races in Arizona and be able to race unattached. So I wasn't affiliated with Sage Creek at these races. And so my mom and my dad and my whole family have been really supportive of me finding other races out of state.
Right. So do you think this postponement of the season is going to affect your college recruiting process or any other runners that maybe seniors, other juniors that could be affected? Anyone can answer this one.
Yeah, I definitely think that it's going to affect the recruiting process. I think fortunately for me, since I was able to find other races, it was kind of able to get my name out there. And I've kind of, started to talk to some schools. And I think that, yeah, it's been pretty hard with the recruiting process, but it's kind of naturally made my list of colleges that I'm talking to smaller, which I think is fine for me. But I think, in other sports and other things like that, like team-oriented sports, they can't really find other, games to go play at individually. So I think that for running, we're able to work with the postponement, but for other sports, I think it might be harder.
So what was that the other races you've been doing? Is that like a certain, like, who have you been like competing against and competing with? What's that been like?
So in running, you can do this thing where you race unattached. So you're not really affiliated with a running club or a running school. And so I found races in Arizona called the Desert Twilight Invitational and the Phoenix Classic. And there was a high school race affiliated with those races, but there was also an unattached race because of COVID. And so all of the unattached athletes raced together.
Okay. So Malia, did you do anything like that, or?
There was one race in Arizona that me and Stormy both ran in. It was Stormy. What was it? It was the
Phoenix Classic. It was Classic. Like late October.
Yeah, so I ended up running in that race unattached, but I've also been running with my club team because of where COVID not having high school races. I've been able to do club, and it was a really short kind of club season, but I've been doing, a race or two with them to, I guess stay like kind of race fit or just like, stay running.
Do you guys believe that there will be a high school season this year with COVID, and how do you think it could be different from previous years?
Um,
I'm staying hopeful about the season, but I think that it might not happen. And if it doesn't, I've already kind of started planning ahead and looking for out of state track meets. So I'm staying hopeful for a season, but if it doesn't happen, it is what it is, and I'll try and find other things.
If there was a season, how do you think it would look different, like compared to a normal meet without COVID?
Well,
think
obviously, oh, Malia, you can
I
go.
was I know I was I think there's probably going to be like less people in races and maybe even like running like team blocks kind of like starting at different times and then meshing the times together. But yeah, you definitely can't have bigger races with COVID right now.
So do you think less teams would kind of take away from the competitiveness of races, or?
Yeah, I think so. I know Stormy probably agrees, but like having people racing against you and having lots of competition and like good competition really helps bring out like your best when running. It's hard to run a race by yourself and push yourself when it's just you.
Yeah, so
Definitely.
both of you are both fortunate with still having Malia. You're a sophomore right now, right?
Yeah.
You're still fortunate to have 2 more years, hopefully a season if COVID finally turns down. And then Stormy also has her senior year. How do you feel like this is affecting possible seniors right now? And especially last year, also probably the track runners that maybe do cross country right now were cut short of a season. How do you think the seniors are going through, which may not have a cross country season or even a track and field season?
Yeah, my heart goes out to all the seniors this year. I think we have a senior, Kat Sumwall, on the team right now. And for running, your junior track season and your senior cross country season are kind of like prime time recruiting seasons. And she unfortunately missed like both of those if cross country doesn't happen this year. And I think that really affects the recruiting process. And I think that it's super unfortunate. And I think that colleges have to consider this and take into account that they lost like a year's worth of their high school eligibility.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely college is gonna have to look back and witness these difficulties that these athletes went through. Jason, got anything else to add? Any other questions?
So Malia, if there's no season this year, what are your plans?
Um, I'd like to still stay running. I also play club soccer, so I would probably do like running, like to stay fit, and then I also have some soccer stuff going on as well to stay like I don't know fit over there too.
So how do you think
Nice.
you would try to get recruited?
Um, like I've just started trying to get into the recruiting process. I've started like emailing some colleges, but they can't talk to me until I think it's summer of sophomore year. So I would still try and keep those emails going, try and like stay in contact, but I can't really get any responses until the summer.
So thanks for watching. Thank you guys for helping out us with this, our first episode of this, and good luck on your possible seasons or whatever you're going to do during this tough time. And thank you all for watching, and see you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that's it.